All right, hello there, friends. It is Jimmie Maverick. It is Labor Day, and you know what? I still got 3 drafts to go before the season starts, so we are going to do a warm-up today on my Standard Points League. This is a 12-team league. I'm picking 7th. This is the draft I have tomorrow. This is actually the original league that I started fantasy football on. I did win this league last year, so I am defending my title, and we are going to use my app, My Perfect Fantasy Draft, to help us pick players. Please go to my website, fantasyfootballmaverick.com, to check it out. And if you like it, you can subscribe for unlimited access for only $9.95. It's good for 1 full year, and you can use it on as many drafts as you still have. So first of all, you have to answer the question, how does your league score points? And I'm just go ahead and I'm going to click standard points. Do you want to engage Jimmie's recommended player filters? We're going to go ahead. We're going to say yes. And then we're going to use draft mode to break the list down round by round. So we have to put in, first of all, the size of the league, 12. And then our draft position, 7. And let's go ahead and enter draft mode. Now, obviously, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. Looks like the draft has already started. We got Barkley, Kamara, and probably CMC off the board first. That is not surprising. I'm guessing Zeke is going to be next. Now, if Zeke somehow makes it to us, I am absolutely confident in taking him. I think that he might miss week 1, but they are quite adamant about getting this deal done. Now, who am I recommending for the first round pick? Well, you can see here that it is recommending. My recommends need to update real quick here. It is almost our pick. Looks like Zeke did get taken. David Johnson got taken. I'm having a little bit of a lag issue here. There we go. So it's recommending Devontae Adams, James Conner, or Travis Kelce. I always do like to start with a running back, and I love James Conner. I love the Steelers. I'm very confident that he's going to have a very productive year. So we'll go ahead and we will start out with Conner. Now, all you need to do then is on the app, just click on the next round. What this is going to do is this is going to show you all the players that you need to consider between your second round pick and your third round pick. Basically, this pool of players will all be gone by your third pick. The little reaches here, these are going to become the long shots in the next round. So these have the best chance of making it to your next pick. But even so, they're like a 50-50 shot. So by using the app, it's going to help you narrow down your search and help you focus on what players are actually going to be available on that round. So next up, you can see that it is recommending Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Joe Mixon. Tyreek Hill is actually a fantastic choice. His value is excellent. Joe Mixon is also very good. I'm okay with either of those guys if they make it back to us. So there's Tyreek, there's Mixon. Tyreek looks like he might be a little bit of a long shot, but we'll see what happens here. And I've usually been a very strong advocate of getting an elite wide receiver in the second round. Although what I've seen in the drafts I've done so far is that the number of wide receivers going off in the first 24 picks is unbelievable. It is so heavy running back that you can still get yourself a wide receiver 1 in the third round. And so, it looks like Hill got taken, so that's not surprising. I think we're going to go ahead and go with Mixon then. We've got Kelce, we got Kittle right here, we got Mike Evans. Mike Evans is a good choice. Mike Evans is good, but his value isn't great in standard points leagues. So we're losing a lot of value if we went with someone like Mike Evans over someone like Joe Mixon or even Todd Gurley. Is Todd Gurley still on the board? He might still be there. Let's see. Nah, Todd Gurley already got taken. That's not surprising. But I do like going with Joe Mixon for the second pick. I think that is a perfectly good pick. We also have, there's Todd Gurley. And then, when you look at the other guys, the Josh Jacobs, Kerryon Johnson, Chris Carson, you're losing a lot of value. So we want an elite RB1 that is a workhorse. Joe Mixon checks all those boxes. Yes, the offense is not going to be really good this year, but he is basically the only guy in that backfield. I'm not concerned at all about Giovanni Bernard, and he catches passes, so he's not going to get game scripted out. So now let's go to the third round. In the third round, you can see that the app is recommending Brandon Cooks, Adam Thielen, Leonard Fournette. Now, if Fournette makes it to the third pick, I would definitely take him here because he offers the best value. Look at his value rank, 18th overall. Chris Carson also is a long shot to this round, and he also offers very good value. David Montgomery, a long shot, also good value. So if any of these running backs make it to us, which again has not been happening, they have been. When you're talking by pick 30, typically like Marlon Mack is like your best choice. So if one of them is available, I will absolutely take them. But otherwise, I think it's good to go with an elite wide receiver, or we could even consider a tight end. So Brandon Cooks certainly offers the best value. And because it's standard points, they're just not going to offer great value. You're never going to, it's very hard to find an undervalued wide receiver in a standard points league. Tyreek Hill was one. He was one, and of course he got taken before we could get him. But Brandon Cooks, I think, is a great choice to kind of anchor this team. We can see what other wide, so here's Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, there's Thielen, and Thielen is also recommended here. His value isn't quite as good though, so I definitely want the best value possible. Plus he doesn't rank as highly on my VORC score. This is how I have the players sorted by their VORC score. That stands for value, outlook, reliability, and consistency. It's these 4 columns right here. Based on how they score on these 4 key stats, they get points, and those points are added up, and then that's how you come out with this thing. Now, Brandon Cooks is also a reach, which means he is a long shot for the next round. We might be able to get him in the 4th. Actually, that's what happened in one of my drafts, is I actually was able to get him in the 4th round. Now, if Keenan Allen somehow makes it to us, Keenan Allen should have gone much earlier than this. Is it? I'm betting he's not showing because he's injured right now, and I do not deal with injured players during the draft. But for running backs, I'm sorry, we're still in the 3rd round. Right, Fournette, Jacobs. See, there's Marlon Mack. Marlon Mack's probably the most likely guy that's going to make it to us. Let's see here on the running backs, who is still there. So Fournette, oh, look at that. Montgomery is still there. Josh Jacobs is gone though. You know what? I'm going to take a bet. David Montgomery has been going so early in the drafts, and I just can't take him as a 2nd round pick. But as a 3rd round pick, I love him. I think he's a great value, and I think he's got tremendous upside. Fournette is also really, really good. And to go with, Fournette with Mixon and Connor is really, really good as well. But I think I'm going to roll the dice here on Montgomery just because if you can get him in the 3rd, take him. I would not take him in the 2nd, though. And I just, because at the 3rd round, you can gamble on the upside. And if he does perform great, it's easier for him to outperform his draft position. 2nd round, it's much harder. He's got to be like a low-end RB1 to be worth that pick if you take him in the 2nd round. I just can't justify that. Now, look at here. For the 4th round, look at how the how everything thins out for running back. There's just like no good running backs in the 4th round. Phillip Lindsay is like the best choice. Sony Michel, I don't trust. Coleman, terrible value. Gordon, awful. Don't even bother with Gordon this year. He is Kareem Hunt to me. You're not going to see him till week 10 at the earliest. Don't even bother. But this is a great time to go and get ourselves a wide receiver. And so Brandon Cooks, if he is still available, is a great option and a great opportunity, offering some nice value. He's undervalued relative to the draft position. And again, I was able to get him in a standard points league in the 4th round. So let's go and take a look at the wide receivers here. So you can see Cooks is still on the board, and it's almost back to us. You can see there's also Cooper is still on the board. I'm not sure I trust Cooper just on a consistency basis. So I think I will steer clear of him. Godwin is great as a 2. Robert Woods is a 2. You got a lot of 2s on here. T.Y. Hilton also might be worth something, but I like Brandon Cooks. I like the quarterback better. Obviously the offense better right now because there's no Andrew Luck. So let's go ahead and we'll take Cooks in the 4th. That's a steal. That was a long shot. We gambled. We got him. So that's great. 5th round. Now we can start looking at other players. And there is a wide receiver I'm very interested here. Now I'm not recommending him normally, but in the league I'm doing tomorrow, it actually does give points for return yards. And I have Tyler Lockett projected with 600 return yards on the season. And that gives him an amazing value advantage over any other player at this point in the draft. Plus, because it's standard points, he also, 10 rushing attempts. That also really helps. He is a low volume receiver, and I normally would never ever take him. But because of the way the league scores points, he's worth more in my league. And actually, I do have a custom points league set up for this draft tomorrow, the Tailgate Therapy League. But he is a great choice for a wide receiver in a standard points league when wide receivers have terrible values, right? So I think we need to queue him up. Tyler Lockett. Hopefully he'll make it to us. According to my mock drafts, he's going at around 55. We're at pick 55, so it's kind of a long shot that we would be able to get him, but if he makes it to us, that'd be great. We can also go back and look at running backs, and you can see Austin Ekeler is the top choice on this round. I love the idea of going with Ekeler. Gordon is not a factor anymore. Let's see if he is still on the board. Running backs, he might already be gone. Let's see here. Austin. No, he's still there. And see, they still have him ranked so low. He's what I call below the horizon. Oh, there he is. He's right there at the very bottom. And I love drafting players that are below the horizon on this list because oftentimes with when people are in a live draft, it's out of sight, out of mind, and they're not being strategic about what guys will be gone by the next pick. And this is a case where he is most likely to be gone by pick 6. So if we get Ekeler there, that's great. Oh, and it looks like Tyler Lockett did get taken. Yeah, Lockett did get taken. T.Y. Hilton's still on the board. That would be a coup. Hilton offers pretty nice value. Let's see here. Where is Hilton? 47 versus pick 55. So he's a little bit undervalued. But I think we're in good shape here. So let's get Ekeler with this pick. Awesome. An excellent depth play there. That is great for the depth of the team because he is our 4th running back. Let's move on. So we're going to go to the 6th round now. The app is recommending Jarvis Landry, Devin Singletary, who obviously got a big boost when they cut LaShawn McCoy, Evan Engram, as a tight end. Now, tight ends get terrible value relative to their draft position in standard point leagues. And so you just got to deal with that. You don't want to wait too long. We could get Engram at this point. I think he would be a decent choice because he does offer top 100 value, and he's like a top 5, top 6 tight end. So he's going to help you on a week-to-week basis in that on that position, which is the weakest position of all of them in my particular league. So, we could go. Let's see if he's still on the board. Is he still there? Yes, he is still there. And let's see here. Who else? So we've got Singletary and Landry. So let's look at wide receivers. Where's Landry? There he is. For running backs, look at Singletary. I mean, we are really set with running backs right now. I think we can wait a little bit to get another running back. If we look at other wide receivers, DJ Moore's a long shot. He offers good value. Josh Gordon, also a good choice there. So let's go and look at those guys. So Josh Gordon is there, and DJ Moore's right there. Oh, those would both be actually excellent choices. Josh Gordon, we're at pick 66, value rank of 56, so that's nearly a full round of value. That's definitely what you want to look for. I think we could bypass the tight end here, but we've got Engram highlighted, so if he happens to make it to the next pick, we would see him. You can see him right here on the list, but his chances of making it to pick 7 are very slim. Let's go with the best value player. We'll take Gordon as our second wide receiver, which is a bit of a risk, but I think there's great depth at wide receiver, and we'll still be able to get a couple more receivers that will give us excellent depth in that position and can fill in should he encounter any more issues, which he always seems to do. But I mean, the Patriots offense, they're good. They're going to be good. They're going to be just fine. And Gordon's going to be a big part of that. So Let's move on to the 7th round. So 7th round is recommending Matt Breida, another guy who got a big benefit when Jerick McKinnon got put on injured reserve. Jarvis Landry is also scheduled to make it to this round, and Jarvis actually offers nice value at this point. Last round, he was not as good of a value. He was overvalued. Darius Geis, another running back. I think we could definitely put Jarvis on there. I would love to have him as our 3rd. Again, we are not in desperate need of any more running backs for right now. We're really well set up on running backs. Austin Hooper is a really good choice. Again, the value is terrible, but he's in a good situation. Mark Andrews is kind of the only other guy I would be looking at. And we could take him in the 8th. So I'm kind of comfortable with doing this, but let me just look at the quarterbacks real quick because I do want to get my target is Lamar Jackson in the 8th. Okay, so let's get our tight end in the 7th. We'll get our quarterback in the 8th, and then we'll be safe. Oh, look at this. It bumped me out. I just got to reboot this. Occasionally I get these little internet hiccups, and come on, let me back in. All right, I'm just going to pause the video real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, so here is a good reason why you want to have things queued up on your board. So we were going to go ahead. We're gonna take. You know what? I'm going to take Vance McDonald for the tight end because we talked about taking that in the 7th. And in the 8th, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our quarterback, and that's going to be Lamar Jackson. My league severely discounts passing yards, so rushing quarterbacks are extremely valuable. So Lamar Jackson actually has fantastic value in my league, and so he is my top target for quarterback right now. But going back to those hiccups in the internet, I had a little bit of problem reconnecting. And so if you don't have stuff queued up here, you are at the mercy of the horrible Yahoo algorithm, which would probably end up picking me a defense or a quarterback or something before I wanted to. So it's very important to queue up your players. Use the queue, because I like to use that because it tells me when someone has fallen from a prior round and highlights them on the board. I get the little star on the board. They're up here on the queue, so I don't miss them. And so if there's a player you like, put them on your queue, even if you don't think you can get them, just because you might. You never know. Every draft is different. There's always a couple of players that somehow get completely ignored. Like, look at this. We're at pick 84. Robbie Anderson, completely ignored right now for nearly 30 picks, okay? DJ Moore at 58, also getting completely ignored. Curtis Samuel, ignored. Tevin Coleman, ignored. These guys should have been gone a long time ago, but they are still on the board. And by having them highlighted on your queue, you're going to see that they're still there. And the longer they last, the better the value they are. So it is almost back to our pick. I'm just going to pause until we get to our pick, and we'll take our quarterback, and then we'll go from there. All right, so it's almost back to us. So we will go ahead and we will take Lamar Jackson as our quarterback. That's pretty darn good, man. I really like this team so far. We are sitting with 4 running backs, 2 wide receivers, our tight end, and our quarterback. So let's jump to the 9th round. Let me just move this back out here. So our 9th round pick, who's it recommending? Sammy Watkins, Larry Fitzgerald, Mark Andrews, the tight end. Now, we already got our tight end. We don't need to worry about that anymore. I'm sorry. That was the 8th round recommendations. Here's the 9th round. I've got a little lag going on today. I don't know what's going on. Just having some internet issues. But, okay, Sterling Shepard, Darwin Thompson, Jared Goff. Again, Sterling Shepard, a great option. Look, we're at pick 103, offers value of 71. Darwin Thompson, value rank of 84. Sammy Watkins, value rank of 67 is a long shot. I like all these guys. Shepard would be a great option at this point. Let's just look at the wide receivers. There he is. Of course, you never know. I mean, DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel still sitting out there. Robbie Anderson. Again, I love Robbie Anderson, but he is injured, soft tissue issue. I do not draft injured players. I just leave him be, let someone else take that risk. Darwin Thompson, let's go ahead and get him on the queue because I do like him, but not as much as I have been. I got to say, Kansas City's looking more and more like an RBBC, and like the worst kind, like a 3-player RBBC, and that just is fantasy death. So I'm not real interested in that. Let's see here. So we got Sammy Watkins, Curtis Samuel. If he makes it to us, that would be great. Let's see here. So Curtis is right there. And Sammy Watkins is right there. For running backs, any other running backs besides Darwin? Darrell Henderson, that's also a really good choice for a running back at this point. So Darrell Henderson, we'll get him on the queue. So look at all these guys on the queue, man. This is how you want to run your draft. You always want to have options, alternatives. There's always going to be one guy you want more than anybody else. And certainly, certainly anything can happen in these drafts. But when you have multiple choices on your queue, you're never going to get shut out of who you should be targeting. So I like the idea of going for a third wide receiver at this point. DJ Moore, just amazing value. I mean, DJ Moore's value. I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard any news about anything going on with Cam Newton. Let's see. Where was DJ Moore? Because he was supposed to go rounds ago. DJ Moore, value rank of 60. And we are at the 9th round, so we're at pick 103. That is amazing value. If he makes it to us. Look, he is, obviously it's a long shot beyond long shots, but these guys are just getting totally ignored right now. So there's a good chance, but if he gets taken, Sam Shepard offers great values, value rank of 71, so we're not even losing that much value, but I would love to get DJ Moore. I think that would be a coup d'etat at this point in the draft, and would be a very strong performer for us, and a nice compliment to Josh Gordon and any sort of drama that might happen with him. So, because really DJ Moore and Josh Gordon have almost the same amount of value. So, I think we are in great shape here. I'm very excited that we would be able to get him. Look at that. Yeah, people are just ignoring him right now. So let's take it. Take advantage of it. You got to take what the draft board gives you. This is a gift. I love it. Take him. And now let's go on to the 10th round, the 10th round, recommending Darrell Henderson again. Okay, so Darrell Henderson's a carryover from the prior round as well. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Kalen Ballage. I'm not real big on Miami right now, but MVS is a great one to add to the queue. So let's put him on the queue. So we'll go wide receivers, MVS. That's awesome. So we're in great shape. We're building a great team here. This is the kind of team that's going to dominate my league, and I would love to be able to just go ahead and smash another fantasy championship in this league. That would be my, I've won it 2 out of the past 4 years. So to get a third one would be excellent. I would very much like that. So we are now, I'm just going to pause the video till we're within 3 of our next pick, and then we'll see where we're at. We'll see. All right, so it's almost back to us. Look, Sterling Shepard still on the board. Again, another excellent value play at this point in the draft. I love that idea. So let's go ahead and we will take Sterling Shepard as our 4th wide receiver. We still have tons of options on the board here, so we're doing great. Let's go to the 11th round. Okay, so this is a little unusual. You don't often see this, but occasionally there's just rounds where there's no good options. Dallas Cowboys as the defense is a nice recommended play, but it's a long shot. The recommends don't look at long shots because, again, it's less than a 50-50 shot they'll be available. But everyone else only gets 1 or 2 stars in Outlook, and I never take those players. So let's jump to the 12th round. And you can see that we've got some other options here. John Brown, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jackson. Again, another guy that got a big boost to his value. Let's see here. Where is he? Justin Jackson. He got a big boost to his value. He's still overvalued relative to this point, but certainly the upside is there with the Gordon holdout. So he did get a boost. John Brown, we don't need a second quarterback. We can put John Brown on the queue. Let's look at what other wide receivers. It's like the only wide receiver they're looking at. Any tight ends? We don't really need a second tight end either. So let's put John Brown on the list. And wide receivers, we'll go John Brown right there. Oh, and look, there's another wide receiver who I love, Tyrell Williams. I bet you he shows up on a later round. I'm just going to put him on the queue right now because he's like, 2 after John Brown, even though his place on the draft board is a lot later, but that's a guy that I also really, really like for a late round wide receiver that has tons of upside. But look, you got guys being ignored right now, and this is less likely to happen in a live draft. Devin Singletary, Darwin Thompson still on the board. I think people are losing a little bit of faith in them because of the RBBC situation. Both these guys are in 3-player backfields where there's 3 potential starters, and that just makes them very limited in value. Darrell Henderson is still on the board, though. I love the idea of going back to the running back now that we've gotten our 4 wide receivers, and we'll grab Henderson if he makes it to us. He certainly offers tremendous upside if Gurley has knee issues, and that's a very high probability. So you take advantage of that. He has been falling in the draft boards as well as people are getting more confident about Gurley. So this is a sneaky pick. I think at worst, he is going to be a change of pace third down back. So he has a role in the passing game. He's not going to get game scripted out, and I think he has the ability to take on a larger role if Gurley is not able to do, 20 carries a week. So let's take Henderson. That's our 5th running back, and I love that running back. I would not expect him to be available in the 12th round, frankly, in an actual live draft, but we got him here, so we'll take advantage of it. Now, here's another running back who I very much like, Justice Hill. Damian Harris, another running back I like. So let's go ahead. We'll get our 6th running back. That's the max you can take on the Yahoo boards. So we'll grab our 6th, and then we can come back, maybe grab Tyrell Williams to fill out our bench. But I love that. So let's queue up Justice and Damian. I've been trying to get Justice in just about every draft I've been doing, and I keep getting sniped on him. It's very annoying. Tony Pollard might be a sneaky week 1 pick too. I mean, if he's available at the end. But there's Damian and Justice right there. We should be able to get him. But again, like I said, there's always someone sniping me on Justice. It makes me crazy because I keep moving him up my draft board. Okay, now I could totally get him here, right? Nope, someone takes him in the 11th round or something crazy like that. I love him for the upside, but his production and his value is not great right now. If we look at those running backs, Justice Hill, value rank 76, Damian Harris, value rank 88. So these guys are actually pretty good. Again, because this is a standard points league, and their roles. So let's see here. Justice did make it. So I will take Justice here, and I hope I can get Justice tomorrow. That's what I want. I want Justice. We'll see if I can get him. So we are now heading to, how many more bench slots do I have? I only have the 1, and we can't take any more running backs. So I'm just going to take the running backs off the board here. John Brown, Tyrell Williams are the last 2 guys I'm focusing on. We should be able to get one of them, and I think we will be golden. So I'm just going to pause the video till we get to our next pick. We'll take it. All right, so it's almost back to us. John Brown, Tyrell Williams, still both on the board. I will take Tyrell. And so I will just pause the video. We'll take the kicker and the defense, and then I'll come back. We'll review the team. I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. So I got to say, this is a team that will do very well in my fantasy league of record. Just because of the way the points are scored. Started off with Lamar Jackson, who is going to be an outstanding quarterback in this league because of the rush yards that he's projected to get. We also have for our wide receivers, Brandon Cooks, Josh Gordon, DJ Moore, Sterling Shepard, and Tyrell Williams. That is a fantastic core of wide receivers. And I want you to notice and remember that I did not take a wide receiver until round 4. And I still got this great wide receiver core. I don't have any elite wide receiver option, but I think Brandon Cooks is a high-end wide receiver 2, borderline wide receiver 1. So he's perfectly good as our first wide receiver. Likewise, running backs, James Conner, Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, Austin Ekeler, Darrell Henderson, and Justice Hill. I love that. That's the perfect combination of depth and upside. Henderson and Hill are my upside picks, and then Ekeler, Montgomery, Conner, and Mixon are my anchors. I think they're going to be, all of them are every week starters right now, so that's great. Tight end, Vance McDonald. Again, in a standard points league, the tight end is like the weakest position. So he's not great, but he'll be fine. Really, that's what it comes down to. I just need somebody that can give me okay production, maybe a touchdown here and there, and we'll be fine because we're going to win on every other one of these positions. For the kicker, I took Adam Viniaterri of Indianapolis. My goal with kickers, get a kicker on a good offense that plays in a dome. Those are my criteria. Viniaterri fits the bill. Defense is Dallas. Has a great early season schedule. I usually just stream defenses, but Dallas is good for at least through week 3. So that's my team, man. So I got to say, if I end up with this team tomorrow, I'm going to be very happy. This is a really good, solid team. It plays to the strengths of how this league scores points, and I think this team will do very well this season. So thank you very much for watching, and if you have those late drafts, you definitely want to get my app, My Perfect Fantasy Draft. It is absolutely going to help you out. It is going to help you find the best players at each and every round, and like I said, you use the tool, you use your queue, you are going to be great in the draft. It's going to be a totally different experience for you than what you may have had in the past, where it's just there's chaos. Someone takes your favorite player right before your pick. You're struggling to figure out who you need to know. You don't know the players that well after round 10. This app is going to solve all those problems, and it's just going to help you walk you through round by round. You're going to end up with a great team. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to be, once the draft season is over, I'm still going to be making posts in regards to, updates, guys you should be targeting, guys you can drop, things like that. So please subscribe, and I will see you soon. Happy drafting. Good luck, and good luck this season.